Hi, I'm Chris Ripley, the instructor for Customer Relations in fall 2014. I just wanted to spend a few minutes and go through the syllabus because sometimes students have questions about it. You should see on your screen the syllabus in addition to having a copy, a PDF copy that you can pick up in the classroom. Gives you some information about the class. Here's my phone number if you want to get a hold of me. You can call me there. This is the email to use. Please do not use the syllabus1680 email for me. They make it very difficult to check. I may check it once a week. Sometimes I forget to check it. The Gmail, I get it everywhere. It comes on my phone, in my office, whatever. So contact me on the Gmail address. I can't emphasize that enough. If you want to talk to me, just call or write an email address. Since I'm an adjunct, I don't have office hours, but I'd be glad to talk to you anytime. You can see the books. The Tim book is our main textbook. We'll be using that at the beginning of class. Raving Fans and Be Our Guests are two outside books that I bring into the class to hope to give you more of a business perspective on it. Raving Fans is a great book. You should be able to read it in a couple hours. Not that tough. Be Our Guest, not a bad book to read either, but I would recommend, if you have time, take it with you wherever you might go and try to read it. It's only about 200 some pages, so it shouldn't be too bad. Course description, students learn techniques in customer service and relations, including initiating contact, establishing rapport, and facilitating final sales in order to assure customer satisfaction. Training employees to use customer relations techniques is also discussed. So you guys can read through all this. I'm not going to read through each one of these. That's not my intent for this. This gives you some of the course policies. The exams will probably be multiple choice, true, false, that type of thing, and they'll be done in the online classroom. So that should be pretty easy. I'll let you know more about that when we get into it. Late work. The other thing is, if you fail to do the exam by the due date and you don't let me know, you're going to get a 0. I can't be doing late exams, that type of thing. It becomes a pain in the neck and it's not fair to the other students. So if you're going to miss one of the exams, you got to let me know ahead of time. Let me know why, so I can have the opportunity to give you some slack on that. Late work as well. Everything will be due on Monday night. The class, the new session will start on Tuesday. I'll go through that in the syllabus. If you don't get things in on time and you get them in on Tuesday, then you're going to lose 10 points. So let's say you get a 70 on a paper and you're 2 days late, that becomes a 50. And we don't want that kind of ugliness. And after 5 days, I don't accept any late papers unless prior permission is granted. And academic integrity, I hope everybody will not copy. You can certainly cite other things and remember that. So, you can say, I got this information from such and such a place. And up to 20 or 30% of your paper, just in general might be that. But that should probably be the limit. Some more grading information. We're going to have 3 assignments, and you'll see that when we get into it. 3 exams, and then homework class discussion worth 100 points. And generally, I think there are 7 or 8 or whatever homework assignments, so you can, I think there's 10 points each, and then there might be 20 or 30 discretionary points in there. And basically what I do is go back and look at who's made contributions in answering the questions, that type of thing, and use that a little bit discretionary. Okay, written work must be submitted typed and double spaced. And that's pretty straightforward. These are some grading standards. I encourage you to read over these. I'm not going to take a real long time here, so I'm not going to read over this either. But I encourage you to read it over. The syllabus is key, and if you're just getting started in college and this is your first semester, your syllabus for your any class is going to be the key to your success. And if you know the syllabus and you follow it and you try to maintain the standards of the syllabus, then you'll be successful. If you don't, you're going to have a hard time. Bottom line. So learn your syllabus. And like I said, I'm going to skip over this right now because I'm going to get into the actual schedule. And you can see, our module begins on September 2nd. That's Tuesday. And then the next one begins on the 9th, the next Tuesday. Everything is always due Monday by midnight. So if it's the next module begins on the 9th, everything is due on the 8th by midnight. Whatever might be in here. This is, assignments due on the last day of the week of the module. So if it starts on the 2nd, the last day is the 8th. The new module starts on the 9th. And this just goes on. And, you should get into the swing of things. The first week, we're just going to have to watch a couple of videos that I have and read the syllabus. And that's how important it is to me that you read the syllabus, in that it's an assignment and you should spend that time doing it. And you should review it anytime you have an assignment. And then when you'll be reading next week, so starting next Tuesday, the 9th, you need to read TIM 2 and 3, complete. There'll be 2 discussion questions online, and then you'll also have a homework that you'll have to turn in where you'll complete one of the cases at the end of chapters 1 and 2 and turn it in to me. And there'll be a place where you go to turn that in online, and you'll see that later. I'm not going to get into all that right now. And this is basically, there will always be a spot, and generally I will put it, it'll be easy for you to find, where you turn the homework in. The next assignment is assignment 1. That's your first major assignment that'll be due. So that would be due, since the module starts on the 16th and the next one starts on the 23rd, that'll be due the evening of the 22nd. Both the homework and the mystery shops will be due. And basically the mystery shops, this is a little bit earlier in your syllabus, assignment 1, 50 points. Complete the mystery shopping form on either 5 employees in one business or 5 different employees. That's up to you. So what you need to do basically is copy this whole page and then paste it into a word processor document, Word, Pages, whatever it might be, and then fill it out. So you would start typing, right in here. I can't do it on this, but you can do it when you copy and paste it and put in the information and turn it in. And you want to answer all the questions, yes or no, or did or did not. Put a little X in there, and then you want to make comments. And I really don't like it unless I see comments and you tell me a little bit about the situation. That's going to probably be half of your grade, would be the comments. So that's important that you do that. So you would turn in 5 documents just like this. Make them all one document. Do not turn in 5 separate Microsoft Word documents, and I have to open them all up, have it in one. It makes it much easier to grade. And the easier that you can make it for me to grade, the better chance that you have of getting a better grade. Okay, that's one of the factors. So assignment 2, you can see where you're going to need to find a local small business and interview the owner. Generally, this isn't a problem for students, but if it is a problem for you, let me know. I can help you. I know lots of local businesses. I work with local businesses every day in the community, and I can set you up. Okay, you got to write a paper with a minimum of 2 typewritten double-spaced pages discussing and analyzing the implications of the owner's responses to customer relationship management. So you're going to ask them these 5 questions, and then you're going to comment on it. So your paper probably would look like, you could, take away the top, put your name on it, and then have this first question, and then type your response. Second question, type your response. Third question, type your response. Fourth question, then type your response, and then do a summary at the end, and you'll be great. So that's how you should do on this assignment. And then assignment 3, you need to go out and find the current customer relations article. And I'll help you out a little bit as we get closer to this. And then you want to read that article, and then you want to do what it says here. Introductory paragraph introducing the article and its main theme, brief and concise summation of the article, and then analyze how it relates to a class discussion or topic covered in your book. So you obviously want to make sure that when you choose an article that it's going to fit these criteria. So, and then there's a little bit more about it as well. So, I want you to read this. If you have any questions, that's fine to ask, but certainly make sure that you read it and you feel like you know how things are going to work. You can see it goes through the different assignments. On weeks when we have an exam, that's all you have to do. Study for the exam and take it. Most likely it'll be 50 multiple choice, true-false questions, and it'll be in the online classroom, and you'll have an hour to do it. You'll have an open book, but certainly within an hour, you're not going to have time to answer all the questions without reading the material first. And then if you have questions, you can look for it in the book, but you're not going to have the time to do it unless you're prepared before. So that's why, I want you to take a couple hours to prepare and then take an hour to take the exam as you would in the classroom. Okay, things go through the same with exam 2. Then we get into the 11th week, November 11th. It's 11/11. Wow, that's a coincidence there. We'll do Raving Fans, and we'll do that for 1 week. And then we'll do Be Our Guest for the last 3 weeks. And then your third exam. And the third exam most likely will be essay questions that will come from Raving Fans and Be Our Guest. And that's all it'll be. It won't have anything on Tim. And the exams will just be on the previous material. The first one goes through the first 6 chapters, and then exam 2 finishes up the Tim book, and then we go into Raving Fans and Be Our Guest. So that wraps up. There's a few other things on here. You can, this just gives you a couple of places to go for different information. But this is your syllabus. And if you have any questions, drop me an email. You can do that within the classroom or directly. I like to keep, if we can keep all the communication within the classroom, that's much better, because then we all have a record of what's going on. So, call me or email me if you have to, but try to do it within the classroom, because I will be checking in there. Thanks a lot.